the core values of this nation, our standing in the world, our very democracy. Everything that has made America, America is at stake. That's why today I'm announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
The following is a message for mainstream Democrats hell-bent on unseating Donald Trump at all costs. You supporting Joe Biden or even being excited that he wants to be president is exactly why Donald Trump will win again in 2020. Let's take a quick assessment. Biden ruled in an administration plagued with scandals, like letting guns fall into the hands of drug cartels and spying on journalists and threatening the free press, and that did numerous things Trump went on to do, like silencing and viciously cracking down on whistleblowers, assassinating American citizens with drone bombs without trial, committing war crimes, propping up violent, radical, repressive extremists, and worsening America's staggering debt. Biden also takes credit for personally crafting the foundations of the Patriot Act, a notorious relic of the Bush administration that is arguably one of the most egregious constitutional and civil liberties violations in American history. FYI, Obama approved its reauthorization. Thanks to Obama's glamorization and normalization of these policies, with his celebrity swagger and way with words.
The Jonas brothers are here. They're out there somewhere. Sasha and Malia are huge fans, but boys don't get any ideas. I have two words for you: predator drones. You will never see it coming.
I don't really expect you to care about any of these issues, despite the peace, love, and justice narrative of the Mick resistance. But Biden is also behind policies that are in direct opposition to the values you claim to hold. He helped intensify the war on drugs by pushing for more severe penalties for those caught up in it, and he also pushed civil asset forfeiture for drug charges, allowing the feds to seize property from citizens without convictions. Both of these policies have disproportionately affected minorities and the poor, who Democrats love to exploit to craft their pseudo-compassionate image. And he has the audacity to frame his campaign announcement around fighting racism. Despite Democratic rhetoric claiming to defend the little guy, Biden has long-standing ties to the banking industry and other state-sanctioned spheres. So it's really not surprising that right after he announced his candidacy, he attended a Democratic fundraiser with a Comcast executive and the CEO of Blue Cross, a giant health insurance corporation. This is all bad enough and represents the swamp of corruption, violence, and authoritarianism that created the conditions that drove people to think Trump was a great idea for America. But most telling is the hypocrisy Democrats have shown in defending Biden for his creepy, gropey ways. When that narrative was trending just a few weeks ago, mainstream Democrats rushed to Biden's side to defend him, to point out the differences between the likes of Trump's grab him by the pussy habits and rape accusations against Kavanaugh. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's different. Touching is not the same as rape and assault and harassment. I agree, but the fact that women and other Democrats who claim to care so much about consent, a joke considering Democrats and Republicans and all other politicians and their supporters want to force their views on the entire population regardless of whether or not they consent, can sit and rationalize away the concerns of women who are directly saying his behavior made them uncomfortable shows the cognitive dissonance that plagues American politics. I mean, really, to the Democrats engaging in this, be honest with yourselves. If Trump or another Republican were doing what Joe did and women were coming forward saying they didn't like it, would you really be defending the Republicans and insisting they had done nothing wrong? Further, here's a comment I posted in Pantsuit Nation, the multi-million member, generally pro-Hillary mainstream Democrat Facebook group during the Kavanaugh hearings. I just wanted to have a civil, sincere, honest conversation about how they reconciled support for serial offender Bill Clinton with their opposition to Kavanaugh, and the admin never even let the group see it. But this isn't just about groping and sexual harassment. This is about millions of Americans' willingness to disregard facts that undermine their ideological biases. It's about how mainstream Democrats who were anti-war when Bush was in office suddenly began rationalizing troop surges and regime change when Obama did it. Their apathy toward all the other civil liberties issues Obama campaigned upon then disregarded. And their claims that they defend women's rights while supporting candidates who empower the worst offenders. It's about how Trump supporters claim to be anti-government but worship police, how they claim to support gun rights but dismiss Trump's push for gun control, how they claim to support capitalism and free markets then rationalize protectionism and welfare. This cognitive dissonance, this prioritization of party and power over principle, is exactly why Democrats will fail to beat Trump and why Trump supporters will blindly elect him again. And until we take a hard look in the mirror and start practicing what we preach and questioning not just individual politicians, but also the institutions of violent power and authority these people seek to control and that have gotten us where we are, the American dumpster fire will continue to burn and take us all down with it, even if we know better than to fall for the likes of Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and the rest of the options we're given.